If Lemmy is God, then Chuck Norris is Jesus Christ reincarnate, which explains his repeat appearances on the Christian Channel as much as it explains his full bushy Bob Vila beard, and while it may not be a widely accepted theological hypothesis that Jesus Christ is handy in a fistfight with Bruce Lee, I've got to believe that Jesus is also possessive of a lethal fucking roundhouse kick. The kind of kick that says, "Take that, foreigners, and take our job market with you." And yeah, I know the whole Chuck Norris can bench press a lead tank on Jupiter without needing to pause to adjust his wang inside of Claudia Schiffer thing got a bit passé and out of hand around 3 years back, but here's the thing. If you've ever watched an action film from the 70s, 80s, or 90s, then you have to acknowledge the omnipresent badassery of our Heavenly Father, Chuck Norris. And if there's one gleaming, supreme exemplar of the peerless awesome that is the Norris action film, then its name is Invasion U.S.A. To this day, I have no earthly clue why this film opens on the Florida Bayou. It's a testament to the indoctrinative effect of Saturday morning cartoons that I fully expect Leatherhead to jump out at any moment so the Ninja Turtles can turn him into a fucking belt. Chuck, who in this film goes not by a name, not by a title, but by a shimmering, incomparable criterion of all things manly. What is this title, you ask? Matt Hunter. Matt fucking Hunter! Don't you just love character names that tell you exactly what the person is, like Victor Freeze and Gunnar Jensen and Drooling Witless Hack? Basically, the first 15 minutes of this film consists of Matt Hunter doing every masculine activity he can possibly wrap his hairy, calloused digits around, from steering an airboat one-handed with his buff Chuck Norris moobs flapping majestically in the breeze, to chopping wood with a chainsaw, to wrestling a fucking live crocodile while taking frequent breaks to impregnate your mother. Meanwhile, I can't believe it's not Rutger Hauer is busy posing as a member of the U.S. Coast Guard and slaughtering a boat full of impoverished migrant Cubans whose only crime was committing a crime. It turns out that Ric Flair over here is Matt Hunter's arch-nemesis, a man Chuck Norris wanted to kill when he was stopped by the U.S. government. Why he didn't just roundhouse kick the entire U.S. government and murder this faux Russian fuckhead anyways is easily this film's largest plot hole. But that, of course, would imply that this film has a plot, which it doesn't. Nor does it need one. Invasion USA needs a cogent narrative like Chuck Norris needs a razor. Give this guy a gun, a flannel shirt, and pants so tight you can tell what religion the protagonist is, and we are fucking set. In the wake of the horrific criminal-on-criminal violence, we're introduced at last to the least effectual cops in the history of law enforcement. Over the course of this film, they managed to show up late to a mass homicide, an ethnic riot, a Russian invasion, a car chase in a crowded shopping mall, and a suburban rocket launcher attack without once being in danger of having a fucking clue. And get this, they couldn't even manage to beat a photojournalist who spends more time dousing her cheap 80s perm in Aquanet than actually reporting to their own fucking crime scene.
Didn't you bastards ever hear about the First Amendment?
Actually, it's the 19th Amendment I'm regretting at present, you mouthy cunt. Chuck Norris is busy sharpening his chainsaw so he can shave when Rutger Hauer suddenly shows up. My beard sense is tingling. Which, of course, doesn't stop Wolf from Battlestar Galactica from blowing a hole in his best pal's chest and blasting his cabin into cocktail toothpicks, with Chuck's beard sense allowing him to karate chop the Grim Reaper once again. If only he could bring himself to cry, the healing power of his tears would resurrect him. But as we both know, Chuck Norris only has the power to cry at his own funeral, so wannabe David Carradine over there will just have to remain autoerotically asphyxiated for the time being. That's when shit gets real. The Russian invaders decide the most stealthy way to enter the country so they can disrupt the American government is to wash up on their shores in World War II landing craft and murder 2 innocent sluts with bad taste in swimsuits as they go. April O'Neil over here insists on being part of the plot yet again. Chuck Norris treats her like he treats any woman with clothes on.
Hey, cowboy! Oh, come on, guys, give me a break, will ya?
I guess now we know who Batman is. Rutger Hauer decides he's going to visit a typical American neighborhood to truly understand the struggle of the working
rocket launcher.
Holy shit! For anyone keeping count at home, this is the 3rd scene in the first half hour of this film that features a fucking rocket launcher. This guy doesn't fuck around either. He blows up like 5 houses without once needing to reload. The explosions must have disturbed Chuck Norris's sleep because he finally hits the pavement in search of the film's antagonist. He opts to meet his informant at where else but a titty bar when he's stopped by someone who's obviously pissed that Chuck Norris can win a staring contest with his eyes closed. This ends about as well as you might expect.
I don't think I know you, pal.
It makes us even. I don't know you either.
You don't have to know me, asshole. Are you buying or selling?
Just looking.
No. You don't look here. This ain't no peep show. You got business, do it. You got that hump?
I'm not sure. You want to run that by me again? That's okay. I think I get it.
Chuck hasn't given up the hunt just yet, though. He stops Lando from making a horrible mistake with Phyllis Diller over there in the most gentle way possible, which is, of course, shoving a knife through a person's hand. Lando's pal intervenes and finds himself on the receiving end of one of the best Chuck Norris one-liners in cinematic history.
If you come back in here, I'm going to hit you with so many rights, you're going to beg for a left.
Undeterred, he fetches Lou Ferrigno, but evidently he forgot his karate kick-proof vest this morning and goes down like a chump. It's official, Matt Hunter is even more of a badass than Walker Texas Ranger, a point he drives home by handing Lando a grenade and these parting words.
If you live through this, tell Rostov, it's time to die.
Masters of stealth and subterfuge that they are, the bad guys all but drop a fucking nuke in a crowded shopping mall, but as we all know, Chuck Norris never sleeps. He waits. So begins the obligatory chase scene. On a scale from 1 to death race, I give this chase scene 4 David Carradines out of 5. For those wondering, Matt Hunter isn't grabbing onto that mouthy slag's belt to steady her, he's blatantly groping her ass because he's Chuck Norris, and by God, it's his fucking right. Deciding that perhaps tying a maiden to railroad tracks was a bit on the nose, Rostov instead decides to blow up a fucking church. An Episcopal church, but you know, still. They rig the explosives, stand back, throw the switch, and nothing. It's okay, the Russians are used to disappointment. No, wait! Chuck Norris has the bomb!
Didn't work, huh? Now it will.
God bless America. Chuck Norris hatches a cunning plot. He'll allow himself to be captured and use the ensuing media coverage to lure Rostov into a trap.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the media?
Yeah. Nico was easy. Now it's your turn. One night you're gonna close your eyes. And when they open, I'll be there. It'll be time to die.
Further proving my theory that lurking inside of Chuck Norris's beard is a second brain. The bad guys show up and immediately realize something's very wrong.
Oxukis.
And the lavushka! Take a base of action. Green group, steer across the holding sector of each other. It's a trap!
The Ruskies are flushed out and immediately intercepted by America's finest. Meanwhile, if you've ever wondered if Chuck Norris's roundhouse kick is omnipotent, there's your answer. A firefight ensues. Let me tell you something, Infinity Ward. If you make an FPS out of this instead of another modern military game that invents new shades of brown, I'll buy 50 fucking copies. Especially if I get to play as Chuck Norris and wield a gun that shoots fists. Rostov and Hunter finally meet, and the climax is every bit as badass as you'd expect. Hey, Jason Statham, Vin Diesel, every other lackluster modern action star, you want to know how to kill an antagonist in an action film?
It's time.
That's how. No epilogue, no hour-long wind down. Chuck Norris blows the bad guy into rivulets of scorched human flesh, and then the fucking credits roll. Hollywood, take notes. I'm Razor Fist. God fucking speed.
You stupid son of a bitch! You could have killed me!
You said do
Well,
something.
do something! Ow! Shit!
Sorry.
What's wrong with you?
I better leave before you get mad.